Amy, how have you been getting on during lockdown and over the last few months?
Yeah, well, to be fair, it's been difficult, as I can imagine, it's been difficult for most people. Obviously, having a full-time job outside of rugby, I've worked all the way through. I work for DHL, who specialise in importing and exporting of goods around the world. So we've had a lot of input into the supply chain of bringing in things like COVID tests and defibrillators and medical equipment. So yeah, work's been pretty crazy. I guess life's a bit different with no real rugby in a lot of senses, but it's been quite nice. We've done quite a lot of virtual sessions and we have all been speaking to each other. I guess I just can't wait to get back to some normality.
I know that you've been doing the Zoom sessions. Have you had any chance to meet up with your teammates and do some personal sessions?
Yeah, so obviously at the start of lockdown, it was all virtually, and we were logging it into different apps to prove kind of different timings, like 3Ks and stuff. And then a few of us took our own backs when lockdown kind of came a bit more relaxed to meet up. So we spent a lot of time at Alton and different kind of local pitches where we could to meet up and do small sessions, obviously social distancing. And then we've had about 3 or 4 team sessions where it's been more just getting everyone back together and really looking at our plans moving forward. So it has been quite nice, but it's not as much contact as maybe we would have hoped.
And what's been the message from Lewis and Courtney following the announcement that the competition's been cancelled?
I guess it's the big message is everything you do in every training session you do is kind of adding to your bank and looking ahead to next year that actually can we keep up to what we've previously done and go one better and maybe look to try and get all 3 trophies. So it's really making it, putting the hard work now and paying off later. Don't get me wrong, it is challenging, but both Courtney and Lewis obviously are great role models and mentors, and kind of their wisdom and words is really helping the team work hard and look ahead to 2021.
You're also involved in the England setup. What's been the message from them? What training have you been doing with them, and when do you hope to meet up with them?
So England's actually started again. So as an EPU, we've started meeting on Saturday mornings, and the message from then is that the World Cup is fast approaching. Time is ticking. I think today it's about 394 days. I might be off a little bit, but yeah, there's not many days left to the World Cup and it's going to fly around. So as a squad of players, we really need to be working hard now, getting as fit and as prepared as possible. So hopefully looking ahead to when we come into next year, we can look more at team plays and shift plays and kind of all the work around that. Whereas if at the moment we work hard and get the basics and get the fitness, it'll lead into great prep for the World Cup.
Obviously, it's a massive year with the return of Super League next year and the World Cup. Is that helping you, keeping you motivated during this difficult time?
Oh, massively. I think if it wasn't for that, I'm not really sure what it would do, but knowing that obviously the World Cup's on home soil next year and there's a chance for pretty much anyone in the Super League to be playing in that World Cup if they're obviously from England, I think that's a massive motivation for everyone. I think now we know that the Super League's cancelled this year. I think obviously knowing that's going to be back next year and we've got trophies to defend, I think that's again another massive motive.
Do you think there are any benefits that can come from this lockdown period for the sport?
Oh,
Or players?
I don't know. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because there was so much traction in the women's game. The publicity, the amount of following was really increasing. So at first I thought it could have had a negative impact, but I think people are missing sport so much that hopefully when it gets started, it'll go with a boom again and it'll continue to increase. I'm not sure at the moment kind of which way the impact's going to be, but I do think it has definitely impacted everybody in many different ways.
Plan now with the Rhinos. Are you training at the moment, or what's the schedule for the women's team?
Yeah, so at the moment we're actually having an off season for a few weeks. Obviously, I think COVID, people are putting a lot of hours training, obviously running and doing the online session. So we've gone into off season for a few weeks, and then we'll start pre-season towards the back end of October, and hopefully lead into next year, ready to start the Super League in 2021.
During lockdown, one of the things that I know you guys have been doing is some quizzes on Zoom. Some of the girls have put you down as their number one person to be on the quiz team. Is that your speciality, the quiz then?
I don't know. I actually did quite well, which I was quite shocked at, to be fair. But I do like a good quiz, so maybe we should do some and some proper competitions and see how we got on. To be fair, we did some great quizzes with like people's baby pictures. We also put different pictures up of everyday household items. Did some music rounds. So every week it was a bit different, and it wasn't always how clever potentially you were or what rubbish information you might know. It was really good, actually. Some really good fun.